Hello everyone, Happy New Year and welcome to a brand new episode of Brew with Memli. We're going to start with our ABC. When I first started into coffee, I wanted to learn the different origin. I started from the birthplace of coffee. That's why we have released two classic Ethiopian coffees, our Ethiopian washed and an Ethiopian natural. And today we'll be brewing and tasting with the most classic way. Sometimes it's great to go back to basics and just taste what made all those coffees what they are today. Because before any hybrid washed or anaerobic natural, they used to be washed in natural processes. And today we're going to taste and release those classic washed Yirgacheffe and natural Guji. For our recipe, we'll be using 13 grams of coffee for 200 grams of water. So it's a 1 to 15 ratio. I used to do a lot of 1 to 16 ratio, but ABC also changes. Our water is at 90 degrees C, and that's my classic water using 50 part of bicarbonates, 50 part of calcium, and 25 of magnesium for a TDS of 125. Always, my brew is 4 equal pours of 50 grams each. And as I'm brewing those two coffees, let me introduce them. So our washed coffee is a classic Yirgacheffe from Banko Gotiti. Banko Gotiti was the first farm we used to buy coffee from Ethiopia. And here's your classic heirloom varieties above 2,000 meters above sea level for 48 hours before being dried for up to 19 to 21 days. That gives a very floral characteristic of the coffee. Think jasmine or coffee blossom, and with a lot of stone fruits like peach. Then it goes into citrusiness with a bergamot flavor. The natural Ethiopian that we have this time is from Guji and Anferara. It's very rare to find a single estate or single farm coffee. Banko Gotiti employs 250 smallholder farmers around the cooperatives, but Anferara is owned by the Meguria brothers. And here we have another heirloom variety above 2,000 meters, but this time naturally processed for 19 days. That gives to this coffee a little bit of florality, of course, but a very clean fruitiness. Think strawberries, grape, plums, nice vanilla finish. A very smooth approach, different than a washed, of course. All those coffees are roasted pretty light, even for espresso profile is light medium. It's relatively on the lighter side, so I would suggest to let the coffee rest for a good week before you start enjoying it. But they are not too dense, meaning that usually those coffee used to clog a lot. We still have a high density here, but not as high as some other coffees. My washed coffee finishes here at 2 minutes 49, and my natural finishes at 2 minutes 46. So pretty similar. Not a lot of differences in solubility. They are both, as I say, roasted on the lighter side on our lowering with a total time 9 minutes for our wash process and 9 minutes 30 up to 9 minutes 45 for the espresso profile for the natural. Let's smell. So on the nose, very floral, stone fruit, and citrusy. But super floral and tea-like. This is really your classic ABC, your classic Ethiopian washed Yirgacheffe. So you'll see throughout the year we are going to reintroduce those classic recipes, those classic that we should all know before adventuring ourselves to slightly more intricate processes or cross hybrids, which are super interesting. I love all the sidra, the shiroso, those are amazing varieties. But we need to understand, and for newer people into this coffee crazy world, understand the basics, which are heirloom Ethiopian landrace washed natural. For our natural, it's it's really speaking out strawberries, plums, florals as well, but much more on that fruitiness. Let's give it a taste. So when it's hot, once again, it's extremely floral, almost tea-like, very delicate. So that's why I do not suggest this one to mix it up with creamers and over sweeteners because it's so delicate. Floral is the first thing. Probably 60% of the flavors is floral. About maybe, yeah, maybe 20% you have that stone fruit, like nice peachy vibe to it. And the remaining 20% is the little citrusy bergamot like. Compared to other years, it is definitely better. But compared to the ones we started in 2019, it is less citrusy, slightly more floral. Mm, nice, nice, natural. Always the best seller. And I understand why, because this is really what I love about the Guji Natural. It is sweet. It is strawberry like, plums, grapes, bit of hibiscus, rooibos tea. It's nice vanilla finish, but it's not funky. So that's why you really have that nice syrupiness. It's almost the perfect amount of strawberry and sugar in a syrup. For me, it's a beautiful, beautiful coffee. Mm. To enjoy after day 4 or 5. Natural tends to, you know, pop up a little bit earlier than the wash process, which, in my opinion, with African coffee, after 7 days and to be honest, even 14 days, they get a little bit better.